so you're thinking about moving to Jupiter and the surrounding area, but you don't know about the right home for you. Well, today we're going to talk all about homes with hidden potential. That's right, homes that need work and how you can flip them. We're going to show you how to take this home here to that home there. So if that sounds interesting to you, keep watching. Hi, this is Andy Johnson with the Andy Johnson Group, and today this video is going to be all about purchasing fixer-uppers and what that could potentially look like for someone like you. We're going to talk about how you can finance those deals, where you can find contractors, the benefits of doing it, and why it may be something that you want to consider if you're thinking about moving down to Florida. But let's take you inside so you can kind of see how great this property is, and we'll talk more about it. Come with me. Okay, so here I am. I'm standing in an absolutely beautiful renovation, and I'm going to take you on a tour of this home so I can kind of show you the before and after transformation that has taken place here, because I think a lot of times buyers don't realize truly what you can turn a property into. They watched a renovation show once or twice, but don't understand that this is within reach for anyone to do. You know, I want to talk to you about why coming to Florida and purchasing a home that needs work may be the exact right choice for you. And there's a couple great reasons why. First off, let's talk about money, right? Because money is important to everybody. So why would you want to do this? Well, number one is, as our inventory has changed in this area, and as inventory has grown and we've moved more towards a buyer's market, we're still not in a buyer's market, but we're moving towards it. We're seeing that homes that need work anywhere from partial renovations to full renovations are sitting on the market longer and selling for less than completely renovated properties. Okay, so you can come in and get a great number. And to give you an idea on this one, this particular owner bought this home for $600,000. We are selling the property now, and we're listed above $900,000 on the home. And this has been in a very short time period. This seller was able to come in here, put money into the home, and have it worth way more than what they put in when they were done. And that's what we're really going for. So it can be an excellent way to increase equity in the property, while at the same time having a property that's exactly what you wanted. You don't have to worry about people's paint colors, kitchen choices, or the tile they installed in the bathroom, because you're going to be able to pick all of those. And while some people go after that with cash, meaning they buy a home with a loan and then pay for the renovation cash, or maybe they buy cash and then pay for it cash, there's actually renovation loans that you can use to do this as well, which we're going to talk about in a little bit too. So another great reason to come in and do things this way is, you know, taxes are based off a purchase price. And depending on what work is done in permitting and things like that, your tax basis for your home can potentially be lower too when you come in and purchase a home at a lower price, do renovations, and then have it be worth more on the other side. So that's something excellent also. All right, so another great thing I think when we look at just real estate and kind of equity value and all of that is, when you go into a neighborhood and you're purchasing a home, this is just kind of like real estate 101, right? Like location, location, location. Well, right after that, many people have heard, you know, you don't want to necessarily own the most expensive home in the neighborhood, right? You want to be one of the nicest homes in the neighborhood. And that's what's so great about when you come purchase a home like this. Let's just use some imaginary numbers that are somewhat similar. And I'm not using any real numbers from this particular seller, but they're in the ballpark. You purchase a home for $600,000. You come in, you put $200,000 worth of work into a property, and at the end, it's worth $900 to $950. So you're sitting on $150,000 of equity. You now are on the upper end of one of the homes in the neighborhood, so that when you go to sell, you are getting top dollar. And that's the other benefit about having a home that is completely done, is these are the easiest types of properties to sell. They truly are, because most buyers, and you may fall into this bracket, most buyers truthfully don't want to have to go through the headache and the heartache that can go into a full renovation. It is definitely worth mentioning, because while there are all the pluses, there are some minuses, and the stress and work that goes into this is very important to know. But if you are, the financial advantages that you can take from this are absolutely massive. The other thing that's beneficial about this too is, if you are looking in the area and you're wanting to get into a neighborhood that maybe otherwise would be a little bit out of your price range, if you look for something completely done, if you can find a property that needs to be renovated, you can get into that neighborhood, that school district, whatever it may be. It's just a little bit out of reach if you're looking at a finished product. It allows you to get into a community that maybe otherwise would have been out of reach, and it's another great reason to look at these properties. All right, so all that being said, let's look at some of the transformations that we've talked about in here. As we're going through this home, you can see that they've installed everything new. Now, most properties aren't going to necessarily do this. He came in, it is an all-new kitchen, it is all new bathrooms. He repainted the entire house. We have new flooring that's absolutely beautiful, oak flooring throughout the property. He put in a lot of design work on the walls as well. This particular owner, I guess we'll call him, actually came through and just did some retexture on walls too, changed colors, bought beautiful furniture for the property. And honestly, this looks like an ad out of Restoration Hardware now. It's really, really a great property. And if you're worried that you can't make a house look like this, that's okay, because truthfully, I can't either. I can pick out the things that put rooms together like this particular seller did. Picking colors that match so well and layout really is a skill. And so that one person that you can hire, and the reason I'm mentioning this is a designer, by the way, which we have, but who you're using to do your renovation makes a big deal. Whether you're hiring one contractor that's going to oversee the entire project, a designer, or whether you're going to go out and hire a bunch of subs where you're getting a painter, you're getting a floor guy, you're getting a bathroom guy, which is going to be much less expensive, but where you are going to have to manage the project and make sure that they're doing everything how it needs to be done and to the way that you want it to be done. Again, a lot less expensive typically to do that, a lot more work on your part. So you've got to decide up front how you want to manage that project. And while we're talking about money, I alluded to earlier, I wanted to discuss with you ways that you can fund this project. Obviously, we know that if you have the cash, you can come in and do whatever you want, but wanted to touch again on an FHA 203K, and there's a conventional loan, I believe it's a 203B. Both of these are loans that have been around for a long time. A lot of lenders offer them. Definitely the lenders that we're partnered with offer them. And as I've said, these are not new loan products. They've always been there or been there forever. But when we were in an ultra seller market, there was no way that you could go to a seller and say, I want to use this particular loan, because it takes time to work through the process. When I say time, I don't mean 6 months or a year. I just mean you can't close in 15 days, which is what sellers wanted for a while. When you're using a contractor with these loan products, just so you know, it does have to be an arm's length transaction, meaning your brother, your mother, your sister, maybe you could get away with your friend, can't be the contractor. You have to have licensed and insured, which you should anyway. Contractors come in, give you bids, and basically how it works is the lender is going to look at the project that you're going to do and make sure that the home is going to be worth just as much as you're putting in or more when you're done, and then they'll loan on the project. And a side note on that, it doesn't just have to be for interior renovations. You can use loans like that too if you purchase a house and you want to put in a pool. Okay, so a lot of people come to us, just again, side note, and hey, we want a pool, we want a pool, we want a pool. Well, there's plenty of homes out there that don't have pools, but have a room or have room for a pool, and you can roll the cost of that pool into your loan. So just put that in your piggy bank for later on if that's something that you may want to do. Again, we have great lending partners that can absolutely do that for you. So I do want to show you a couple of things that I just really, really, really absolutely love about this home in particular. So in this property, there used to actually be a big wall that came all the way across here that the seller removed. And it just really opens up the room. The other thing which I mentioned before too is he uses these beautiful, beautiful white oak floors. So a lot of people are going to laminate and vinyl. We don't see as much hardwood down here, but they're absolutely stunning. And then it's this particular owner's attention to detail that makes such a big deal. You know, he doesn't just go one-stop shop. He spends a lot of time looking for different light fixtures, looking for the best things possible. Like over here as well, this front door behind me, which is absolutely amazing. Like when you're standing in here and you're just looking around, it really, really brings a lot of light in the room. It brings just a lot of design to the room as well. He found that from a door company in Texas. And like I said, look, we don't all have time for that, right? That's why we may hire a contractor. Follow me, I wanna show you something else too. So here we are in the bathroom, and this is something else that a lot of people don't notice, but it comes to quality of work and things that you may want to ask your contractor about. He came back and actually put all new doors in here. He replaced all doorknobs. He replaced hinges. This is a lot of things that people overlook a lot of the time. They leave the same hinges in the property and it ends up looking old. Change out the doorknobs. One other thing that's really cool that nobody notices, but it's like, it ends up being the overall product is, you see this transition right here, how it just goes directly from wood to tile? A lot of times, and maybe around your house too, what people will do is they'll just do a little overlap right here where there's a piece that's raised. This is really cool. And then come in the bathroom with me too. A lot of people don't know, but these design elements that you can do on the wall right here, I'm not saying they don't cost anything, but they're not as costly as a lot of people think. You know, tiling a wall or putting something like that with wood, you know, if you have the right contractor, you have the right carpenter, they can absolutely do things like this. You just have to have a vision, or you have to have a designer that has a vision that can get this kind of stuff done for you. So I wanted to show you that. Then come with me, let me show you one more thing. Come check out this bedroom. Okay, so here we are in the other bathroom, and again, it's just small stuff, but it makes a difference in the overall product. And this is what I'm talking about when you're doing your own flip, things you have to consider. So if you watch this, soft close shower door, right? Like some people don't even know that those things exist, but they're things that when you're looking at what you want to do, kind of costing out your project or talking to a contractor, you have to consider these, because you know, you need to understand what you're going to do in order to make sure that the numbers make sense. Difference between a $5 tile and a $20 tile is absolutely immense when you're putting them in a 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 square foot home. So another thing that's just absolutely key to this is understanding your budget before you go in to the project. And you know, in order to do that, you kind of have to understand your taste as well. So listen, bottom line folks, here's where it's at. This is such a great route to go if you want to come to South Florida, and that's finding a project and making it your own, taking advantage of the equity that you can get from that, and having a property that's absolutely yours. But in order to do that, you need to understand the costs, right? What that's going to look like, who's going to do the project for you, the timeline, if you're not going to be in the property, where you're going to stay. You have to understand the heartache and the headache that comes along with it. If you are willing to do that though, the rewards can be absolutely immense and you end up with something that is truly yours. Now listen, as always, whether you're looking for a property like this where you can get into it for less and make it your own, whether you want something that's completely renovated, something on the beach, a condo, something on the golf course, we're here to find it for you. If you don't know what you want, we'll help you figure out what it is that you do want. Hey, so if you have questions about this too, just leave some remarks below. You want to know where products came from or what costs actually look like in a home, please just let us know. Thank you so much for watching this video and keep looking out for more. Have a great one.